I'm the Simple Car Guy and I'm on a mission to find a great dashcam for a great price. In today's video, I'm checking out this new DDPAI Z50 dual dashcam. It features 4K resolution, built-in GPS and Wi-Fi, and app control for very reasonable price. Let's check it out, talk about its features, and get some driving footage. So my box came with the actual dual dashcam, right? So you have the Z50, and it's going to be two of them in there. Also included a 32 gig micro SD card, so that's good. And an installation kit if you want to hardwire your stuff into the car. Pretty sweet. So this is the IMX415 Sony sensor. That's awesome. 7 optical lenses, 1.75 aperture, 140-degree viewing angle in the front and 125 in the back. They do have a special feature on this one where it has a dual channel storage. So if your card crashes or something like that, it will store some extra footage. But now let's open it up. Okay, so we get two boxes. The smaller one says rear camera. So let's open that up. All right, so you get the user guide for the rear camera. You have the camera and the 3M adhesive to put it on the back glass. Shows you how to route the wire, so that's very useful. And I also really like that it has one of these connectors that disconnects from the main cable, so you can route the cable and then just plug the actual camera in once it's there. So you can go through like tighter spots and everything, so that's pretty cool. And that part's gonna go into the main camera. See what that looks like. Yeah, it looks like a fairly standard rear camera, so it should work pretty good. All right, let's move on to the front camera. All right, so here is the camera, and wow, it looks pretty impressive. Wow. Okay. All right, the front camera is adjustable, so obviously it's going to be like that on the screen. I really like the profile on this. Wow. So it's going to be very flat on the screen. That's why I've liked the previous cameras I reviewed that did not have the screen, because they were thin, like just like this, and you could put them on the screen. But this one has a 4K sensor and a screen with buttons, obviously, and it's going to sit flat on the windshield. I like that. So looking at the back here, we have the ports. So we have the USB Type-C for power, and this is going to go to your rear camera. Nothing on this side, maybe a microphone or a speaker. We have the micro SD slot that's behind this little door. That looks like a little reset button there. A couple buttons here, so they're just probably going to be reproduced on the screen, and you're just going to follow whatever the screen says. And that's pretty much it. Not that much more to it. I love taking these off. You also have these little film stickers, which I like. So you put this static sticker, basically it's not glue, just on the windshield, and it's going to stick to it, and then you glue your camera to this. So if you want to remove it, you just peel this off. A lot easier to get it off the screen than you would with like regular, just regularly taping it to the windshield. You have your user guide, so it tells you a little bit of information here. So up to 128 gigs of micro SD storage, could have been more. You have 3 sensors. Wow, it's 4 gigs of RAM. That's kind of unbelievable. A little bit more information here if you're interested. Tells you what the buttons do and what the lights mean, and the mounting area, and of course the QR code for the app. You have some extra 3M stickers for both front and rear as well. The last couple of things, we have a USB cigarette lighter or power adapter. You have your main power cable, so it's just literally a USB cable. That's cool. So you can use any cable you want to power this, assuming this is 5 volts, and it is 5 volts, 2 amps. Very nice. So I like that it's very universal. You can even use it to charge your phone or whatever else. And you get one of these trim removal tools to help you guide the wire. So you have 2 options. You have the option to just run it straight from one of these adapters, or you can also use this to hardwire it into the car. If I like this one enough, I will probably hardwire it into the car. But yeah, so you just wire it per instructions, and you have your USB port on the other end. Very cool. And I like that it comes with all of these fuse adapters also. Awesome. All right, let's go install this in the car and get some driving footage.
Hello, DDPAI.
Oh, I guess that's how you pronounce it. That's good to know. I wasn't sure. But okay, all right, so it turns on right away when you plug it in, and it's telling you where to put the camera, so we can adjust the lens by just pulling it up or down. So I think that's going to be pretty good, like horizon. So basically we're going to line it up with my headlights, and that's going to be the center. So now we're going to hit next. All right, looks good to me. And that's it. It's actually already recording, so that's pretty quick. It just turns on and it works. So we have a few buttons here at the bottom. We have the power button. We have the review button, so we can go in and see previously recorded items, so the videos, then the footage. You have your options, and you can switch the camera to the back. So here's the rear camera that I also installed. And as you can see, installation is very easy. I just routed the wires here to the front or to the top, and then to my cigarette lighter, and this one's going all the way to the back. Now let's go to the settings and see what we can see in here. We have screen and display volume, so let's see what's in there. We can change how bright the screen is, so let's see if we can make it really bright. There it is, that's a little bit brighter. Volume, I'll probably keep it at low. Screen protector, I think it means screen saver, so yeah, we can keep that on. Or we'll do a time, yeah, we'll just put it at that. And then we have recording options. So let's see what we have in here. We have recording on, so we're recording audio as well. Okay, collision sensitivity, I usually like to keep this one at low. That way when you hit bumps, it doesn't record those. And power off settings. So if you hardwire the camera in, you can set this up in here, but I'm going to turn that off since I have not hardwired it in. I'll play with it for a while, and if I really like it, then I will do so. And then some universal settings in here. We have Bluetooth, you can format the SD card or reset all the settings. And of course, there's a few different languages. Yes, looks like Russian, Polish, and English. Okay, and some help items there as well. And I think that's about it for settings. So not that many settings, but we'll probably have a little bit more on the app itself. Let's take a look at the SAD app and see what it offers. First, I was surprised with how easy it was to connect the camera to the app. The Wi-Fi seems to be always running on the camera, so there's no extra steps other than connecting to the Wi-Fi on the camera and then just opening the app. It then does the rest and you are ready to go. My favorite part of the app is the interface that includes a lot of data about the footage you are viewing. Usually you have to install a program on your computer to do this. Downloading footage from the camera is a little less intuitive, as you have to scroll to the footage to download it instead of seeing it in a list of files. You can of course download the footage from your micro SD card by plugging it into the computer. You can also adjust the camera settings from this app, and I'm very happy to see that you can flip the rear camera digitally. The rest is pretty standard stuff here. With the very simple setup done, let's take a look at the footage this camera records. On the first day, I didn't position it correctly and the footage was overexposed in the sun. So it shows how important placement is on the car. After readjusting the camera, the video quality was very impressive, and you can easily read license plates and street signs even in direct sun, which is very impressive for a camera in this price point. The rear camera performed better than expected and produced very usable footage even with tinted glass. Both cameras could use HDR functionality to make the color pops even more though, but the 4K resolution really helps bring out the details. Both cameras performed well at night also. Front camera captured details I would not expect, and the rear, while pixelated, had enough detail to be useful in a bad situation. This cannot be said for many other cameras I have tested. Now that I have used it for a few days, I like how much you get for your money. Not only is it 4K resolution, but it also has a built-in GPS and Wi-Fi. And of course, one of the best slim profiles with a great screen to match. Overall, I would recommend this camera to anyone looking for a sub $100.50 modern dual camera that is simple to set up, doesn't get in your way while driving, and takes better than average video. If you'd like to see other reviews on my channel, check out the playlist. And on that note, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.